I'm in Saginaw on a very busy street, so it's going to be kind of hard to hear. But this is Audiogazing. It's Audiogazing Records. It's been around for 5 years. The owner, Joe, used to work in record stores when there used to be record stores. Obviously, they all closed, and now they're coming back. Joe only deals with new music. There are no used records in here. There's a couple other used shops in town. He didn't want to get into that. That's their market, so he only deals with new music. I would tell you this. I found a couple albums I haven't been able to find, especially that Veronica songs, American Thighs. I've looked high and low and online, and I found it here. So it's pretty crazy. Really nice store. It's very clean, very well put together. Again, it's just totally new. Box sets up the wazoo. You have UHQRs in there, the MoFis, so really interesting selection of stuff. So this is in Saginaw in the old town area, and well worth taking a look at. Let's go inside.
Going to one? Why? You got for the other one? You don't have enough for the other one? Well.
This is only new albums. He doesn't deal with used, only new.
It takes some time to find them, but we're finally getting them. You know, the tour has helped too, though. I mean, it's pushed for the labels. She's a little more relaxed on the older albums because the guy that sniped out her catalog from her, that has been resold to somebody else now because she wouldn't allow those albums to be repressed as long as he owned the rights to her music.
This is a crazy amount of box sets. I haven't seen this. And just in this little small store.
Because she had the final say as to whether or not
Prices are good.
I like seeing the new stuff like that. You know, like especially like seeing the metal stuff. Yeah, we're getting more metal. I got a couple guys that are in every week for metal. So like today, the one guy was in for the Two Atheists. Yeah, I was surprised to see those. I haven't seen those since Nuclear. Nuclear Blast, where they got tested and I'm waiting for their first 4 or 5 albums. I think they're gonna re-release. Yes, and I'm waiting for it. I think we might be able to tell you the dates. Was it Nuclear Blast?
Everybody shops here. So the record store tour was at a place. It was in Saginaw, Michigan. Audiogazing. And like I talked about at the beginning, they only sell new records. There's another record store, a used record store that's been there for many years. In fact, I bought a lot of records there. And they didn't want to, you know, they've been doing the used, and they didn't want to get into that market. That was theirs, so they said, we're only doing new records, which is gutsy, quite honestly. I mean, you're not going to make as much. That place was, it had a lot, and I was surprised at the amount of box sets. But I'm going to tell you, I found stuff. And, you know, this was an album I'd been looking for, and I had not been able to find this. I've gone online looking for it. I can buy it through Discogs, but it was the new reissue of Veruca and there it was. And there's a couple others that was like that I'd been looking for. They had it. So I was pretty excited and left spending some money, but very enjoyable time in there. I really enjoyed this the store. It's great, And so it's in Saginaw, Michigan, Audiogazing. And, you could see they do have a website, so, yeah, it took a long time for me to get there. I've heard about it. I just never had time really to get in and take a look at the place. So I hope you enjoyed that. Nice clean store down in the old market area, where actually there's 3 record stores in Saginaw, and they're all right down there. You can do all 3 you can walk to all 3 record stores. Kind of different to see that when the competition's like that. I got one more I need to look at down there. So part 2 is the lottery, and had a lot of stuff come in. Oh my goodness, and it's almost overwhelming right now. It's going to take me a long time to get these all listened to. Again, I'm trying to show them onto my early morning Sunday show, and they all will get on there. It takes a little time, but let's go through on what came in. So I had let's see here, Rod the Happy Hippie. I got his stuff, and Rod did send me a box of Good and Plenty's, and yeah, they're pretty good, Rod. I've enjoyed those. I hadn't had those forever. Rod had the letter G, so with the letter G, we got Jerry Garcia, recorded live at the Ritz in 1986. And I will say I have no Jerry Garcia. Rod, of course, is a huge Grateful Dead fan. So having the letter G and getting Jerry Garcia makes perfect sense. Really interested in that. We had, and I left a note there, Ella Fitzgerald. And he put a thing, G. See, it says G. There's a G in there, so that counts. And, I used to have quite a bit of Ella Fitzgerald. But I... after Fly, I don't have any, and I had her Louis Armstrong and everything. So this is the first Ella I've gotten back in. So thank you very much, Rod. Truly will enjoy that. She has a heck of a voice. And then we had, hope you enjoy everything. Let's see. Rod sent me, got a sticker here. Find on me, please. And we have Glenn Campbell, Gentle on My Mind. That is a cool single. I like Gentle on My Mind. So part of my growing up. So thank you very much, Rod. Very, very nice. Letter G. This one just came in today. It's pretty darn funny. And this is from Bernard. Bernard won last year. Rod won, I believe, 2 years ago, won the lottery. Bernard, or was it Rod won last year? Bernard won 2 years ago. It might be switched around. I don't know. So when I send out VCLT, I do a sketch. Pretty funny, Bernard. That's great. That's great. The lottery winner. Isn't that hilarious? My turn this year. He had the U. He had the letter U, and he had the wild card. So that's fantastic. Well done, Bernard. Well done. Bernard's out of up in our friendly Canadian, that Canada country above me, or to the other side actually. So he had the wild card. He sent me Saga. Did I say Saga? Sega? Saga? I'm pretty sure it's Saga. I do know this group, but I've never listened to him. He says, for the wild card category I was assigned, I thought it would be perfect to introduce you to a band that has become one of my absolute favorites over the last few years, Saga. The Canadian outfit skillfully blends hard rock, prog, and pop sensibilities. The album I've chosen, Trust, released in 2006, hopefully showcases their musicality and diversity at its finest. It's particularly fitting to start with this one, as the back cover aptly explains that it gives first-time listeners an accurate idea of what it's all about. I really hope you enjoy it. And there's the back cover. So very, very nice. And I love that. I love that this is something that means, it's a group that means a lot to you. It's from Canada. Very, very cool. Thank you. We'll put that in with all that. Because again, when I die, people eventually will buy this collection again. They go, oh, look at this cool note. And then Bernard also had the letter U. And we sent that, and we sent Uzeb, U-Z-E-B. Uzeb, Zeb, I don't know. Steve, congratulations on winning 2023 BC Lottery. For the letter U, I wanted to give you an album from my home province of Quebec. Love Quebec. I've been there a couple times. The band is USEP, and this is their debut album, Fast Emotion, released in 1983. USEP is an all-instrumental jazz band renowned for their fantastic fusion of smooth melodies and groovy rhythms that'll sweep you off your feet. In 1991, during the Montreal International Jazz Festival, they were honored with the prestigious Oscar Peterson Lifetime Achievement Award. So you've got to give them a listen. They're a true gem on my side of the border, Bernard. And Bernard's channel is Hitchin' a Ride. Hitchin' a Ride. So super. And Rods, I forgot to say, the Happy Hippie. I will have links down in the description that you can go right to their channel. So very, very neat. Okay, now the next one. Let's see here. This was quite the package. Actually, I had some pretty amazing packages. This came from Aaron, from Aaron Alomar. He had he had letter I's, I believe. I wrote everything down on here. Aaron had I and he had K. And holy cow, did he go all out here. So for the letter I, we have the Idols, Ultramono. I remember this coming out, people showing it, and it was on my want list, and I never got it. So, I mean, I couldn't be more excited about this thing. I mean, I wanted to have this. He had this one here. And this is, what is it? The debut album featuring, I'm trying to read it, Invisible Families and Its Disturbing Wildlife. Invisible Families, Disturbing Wildlife. I know nothing about this. Zero. I haven't a clue. If it's from Aaron, it's got to be some type of hard rock, you would think. But I don't know. It's going to be a total exploration, which is always a good time. And so we're going to see what that one's really all about. And then, okay. So this is really wild, and I think Aaron's trying to help me here start something new, get into something new. Iron Maiden, I believe this is their first album. Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast. Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time, that I just saw, one of the most listened to albums from Morton over in Norway. He talked about this one. I used to have maybe one Iron Maiden CD just to try, but I really can't. I mean, that was years ago. This is going to be exciting to listen to. I'm excited about this because it's pushing me. It's getting me into something else. It's getting me into it. Not one, not two, but we're going to go 3 times into something else. So this is pretty exciting. Okay, I don't show much metal, so that's what I like. I like that this is different. So Aaron, this is pretty wild. It's not pretty. This is very wild, and I am absolutely thrilled to do this. I mean, yeah. Here's the thing with these albums coming in. Would I have gone out and bought this? No. That's what makes it exciting. It is something that's coming in that's saying, check it out. Check it out. And okay, I will. Then we had TC. Oh my God. The Kirkham Report is his channel. Now, this is quite the package, okay? Oh, it's all falling. Okay, we're going to try and do this. He sent me in. We have this t-shirt. And it is, this ain't my first Zydeco. That's pretty funny. This ain't my first Zydeco. If you know TC, he does like he has, they're like radio programs or TV programs. They're very, very, very professionally done. He has them almost every day in a different topic, and he has total passion for this. It's just amazing. There's his channel, and this is his main one, the Kirkham Report. He does this on Saturdays, and I watch him every single week with TC Kirkham. And so that's that. He did send music too, but first, before we do that, we have a Bob Ross bobblehead. How's that funny? That's great. We have and I don't have one of these. I never have, but we got Joey Ramone, Funko Pop. See, there's almost the start of everything, and we have Ramone's pin, sticker, and more for the Kirkham Report. This is really neat. Very, very nice, TC. Very, very nice. I said I've known TC for, since he's been on the vinyl community, and I've always communicated with him. He sent me some music. He did give me a note. And it's a longer note, and so I'm not going to read the whole thing. But he had, I chose Back to the Drawing Board by the Robinos? This one here. It's one of my favorite bands from that era. I really can't believe no one in the VC ever talks about these guys. They were and are awesome. Originally released in 1978, this is their 2022 Record Store Day reissue. The second album has always been my favorite, filled with the distinct Berkeley power pop sound they were known for. This album was produced by had a couple minor rock hits. I Want to Be Your Boyfriend, that has been covered by several artists over the years. And so this should be very... what do you have here? The Rubino Power Pop cover of the DeFranco family classic Heartbeat is a Love Beat. When he got on roll, leader John Rubin was hilarious and still is. The cover got a bit banged up in transport, sorry, from Amazon. Okay, that's great. And then for Z, he had Z. And we have Zappacosta. And so I decided to go a completely different route and chose Innocence Ballet from Zappacosta, a Canadian artist that I've loved for going over 40 years. In case you don't know who he is, okay, I didn't know that. I thought that was a she, actually. And honestly, I'm surprised if you actually do know, because you'd be the only one. Alfie Zappacosta started as a power ballad guy with rock overtones, much like the 80s hair metal, think Aldo Nova, but in the mid-1990s he came up with this exquisite, in my opinion at least, album of jazz-tinged pop that still sends chills through me. If not mistaken, it may be the only official release of this material in the U.S. If the rest of his rock stuff was released here, it did nothing when it comes to sales. And I'll tell you, TC knows his music, and he is so in tune to it. The man has a lot of knowledge, and he does a lot of research. So extremely exciting. So fun to have that. So a big, huge batch of records to get through. And again, I'm slowly, when I'm home, making my way through them. If I was retired, I could probably get through them a lot quicker, but I'm truly enjoying this. So thank you very much. Great stuff there. Yeah, this has been a fun contest to have won, because everyone's pushing my horizons, and that's what you should do. Thank you, everyone, and talk to you Sunday.